Okay, good morning, friends at home. We just started our math lesson. I know it's kind of hard to see it. We're going to do our best to show you what we're doing, okay? And hopefully you'll be able to see it as we go. All right, so I'm going to have friends come up and I'm going to have you help us. I've got the 5 sticks and I've got the counters and we're going to build the numbers. I'll lay them over here. I'll pull a name out of the jar and you can come up and each person's number that I pull, you will do one number for us. Okay, so let's have Annabelle come up and build number 1 for us. Anna, yep, Ava, sorry. I pulled out 3. Sorry. Ava, come up. Build number 1 for us. Awesome. Thank you, my dear. Let's have Quinn come up and build number 2. Very good. We're going to write an equation for that number. Okay, let me get a darker marker so our friends at home can see. If we built the equation like we did yesterday, we had how many counters? 1. And then what did we do? Added 1 more. So this is what our equation would look like. It would look like this. 1 plus 1 equals how many? 2. Very good. Okay, let's pull another number. We're going to write equations as we go. How about Caden? Come on up, Caden. So, Caden, while you're building it, do you want to tell us what you're doing? Go ahead and build it and use your math talk and tell us what you're doing. How many are you putting here to start with?
I'm putting 3.
Okay. To build our pattern, we have to put 2 plus what, Caden?
1 more.
1 more to eat 3. So our equation is going to look like this. It's going to look like 2 plus 1 more equals how many? How many does it equal? 3. All right. Thank you, Caden. You may go. Okay. Our next friend, let's see if we can get everything on there. Okay. Our next friend to come up, let's have Sid. Come on up and build the next equation. Hope you can see here. It's so hard to see. Get it as close as I can. Okay, Sid built. How many, Sid?
4.
And how many did you put down first?
3.
3. And then what did she put, kindergarten?
1 more.
Yeah, so our equation would look like this. 3 plus 1 more equals how many?
4.
4. Very good. All right, Sid, thank you. Next person. Quinn, do you need something? What? Okay, just move, kindergarten. If you can't see, if I get the stuff in the way, you can just move to another spot. Number 4. Who's my number 4? Blakely, would you come up and build 5? Blakely, what are you going to put down first? How many will you put first?
5, 6.
Okay, so Blakely put down 4, and then she knew she needed 1 more, which meant it would turn it into a what? 5 stick. So how many did you start with, Blakely? 4. She knew she needed 1 more, so we added 1 more, which turned it into a what, Blakely? 5 stick. 4 plus 1 more equals 5. Good job, Blakely. Next person, let's have Camden. So Camden, what are you going to start with?
5.
I love that. He's going to start with 5, just like we have over here in the 5 line. He's going to start with 5, but we need 6. So what are you going to add, Camden? How many did you add?
1 more.
Ooh, so what do you think our equation will be, kindergarten? 5 plus 1 more equals
6.
Yes, good answer, friends. You are getting the hang of this. Thanks, Camden. All right, next I need Alice just gone. Sorry, Alice. If you were here, you would go next. How about Dahlia? Dahlia, what are you going to start with? How many are you going to start with? We have to start with the same number we had last time. So how many will you start with, Dahlia? Dahlia, can you use your words?
5 seconds and 1 more.
Equals how many?
6.
6. So she started with 6, the same number we had last time. But she needs to get to what? 7. So now what are you going to do, Dahlia? Oh, how many did you add, Dahlia?
1 more.
1 more. So what would our equation be that Dahlia just built? We would do, what would we put, Dahlia?
5,
6 plus, how many?
1
1 equals?
7.
Very good. Looking good. Yes. They do all have 1 in the middle. Did you see, Layla, what she noticed about our math pattern? They all have 1 in the middle. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Good observation, Layla. Love it. All right. Let's see if Charlie can come up. Charlie, can you build 8? What are you going to start with, Charlie? How many? Going to start with which number over here, Charlie? How many are you going to start with?
5, 6.
Well, how many are you going to start with? You have to start with the same number we had on the one before it. So we start with how many?
1.
7. We start with 7. So let's see if she can get 7 up there. Does she have 7, kindergarten?
Yes.
Yes, but we need what number? What number do we need to build? 8. So how are you going to make 8, Charlie? You have 7 and you need what?
8.
You need 8, or what do you need to make 8? 1 more. There we go. Okay, so did she have 7 to start with, and then she added 1 more? So what is Charlie's equation going to look like, kindergarten? What will we write first? 7 plus 1 more equals
8.
Yes, 7 plus 1 more equals 8. Great job, Charlie. Next friend is Jedediah. Jed, how many are you going to start with? What do we have in this row right here? 8. We're going to start with 8, aren't we? So we need to have 8 up there to start with. Jed's building us 8 right now.
9.
Nope, he's starting with 8, remember? He's got to build 8 first. You're building 8, Jed?
Yep.
Okay, he's got 8, but now we need to make it 9. So to get 9, what are we going to have to do, Jed?
Add 1 more.
Add 1 more. Ooh, I like what he says. So, Jed, if we were going to write our equation, what would we write, Jed?
9.
We want to start with the number we had?
8.
8, yes, good. 8 plus, how many did you add to 8?
3.
You added, how many more?
4.
Here's your 8, Jed. Your 8 stopped right here. So here was 8 of them. How many more did you add?
1.
Oh, he added 1 more equals, how many are all there now?
9.
Ooh, agree or disagree, friends? Yes, good job. 8 plus 1 more equals 9. Good job. We have 1 more to build. Hopefully we're not running out of room here. 14. Miss Lily. Okay, Lily, we want to start with this number. How many are we going to start with, Lily?
9.
9. She's going to make 9. Only, guess what? We don't have a way to make 9, do we? So she's going to show us 9, but then she's going to add how many more, Lily? 1 more. And so what are you going to use to make 10, Lily? 5 and 5. Good. She's going to use 2 5 sticks. Let's see it, Lily. Awesome. Does she have 10? It's kind of hard to see down here, but I think the bottom one is down here. So what would our equation be, Lily? We started out with how many? 9. Okay. 9. And then how many more did we add?
1.
We added 1 more. And then how many does that give us all together, Lily?
10.
Very good. 10. All right. Let's give everybody that helped out today a 2 clap. Lily, do you want to go turn our lights on for us?
That's a lot of glasses.
What do you need, Jen?
My glasses.
What happened to him? Will you go show him to Mrs. Kinnan? I bet we can get him fixed, okay? If we can't, Mrs. Gonzalez sometimes has. Okay. We'll get him fixed. We'll figure it out, or we'll call Mom. It'll be okay. All right, kindergarten, I want you to look right up here. Look at what we did. Let's say these equations together. Are you ready to say them with me? Here we go. Get ready. 1 plus 1 is 2. Let's do the next one. 2 plus 1 is 3. Next one. 3 plus 1 is 4. Next one. 4 plus
1
is 5. Next one.
5 plus 1
Is 6. Next one.
6 plus 1
Is 7. Next one.
7 plus 1 is 8.
Next one.
8 plus 1
Is
is 9.
Last one.
9 plus 1 is 10.
Good. And Layla noticed a really good pattern. She noticed that we were only adding how many to every problem? We just added 1 every time. Is there anything else you notice up here? What do you notice, Quinn?
That everything that is last comes first on the next one.
Ooh, I like that observation. She said every number that's last goes first on the next one. So 2 is last, then 2 comes first. What number's last? 3. What number comes first?
3.
What number's last?
4.
What number comes first?
4.
Oh, it goes all the way down like that, doesn't it, Quinn? Great math observation. What else do you notice, Kaden?
There's all sorts and equals and
So this whole row has what in it? Equal sign. This whole row has what in it?
plus.
That's because we're adding 1 more, aren't we? Good. I love your observation. Kobe, what else do you notice?
Is because when you have 6, it's like so it's in the it's last and that's in the front.
So it's last here, and then it goes in the front. Good. Do you notice anything else about these columns? Anything else about those columns? Sid, do you have something you notice?
It's how you count.
Ooh, it's how you count. So let's start on this one and see how it goes. It goes 1, 2.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yes, and this one we didn't start with 1. We started with 2. But if we would count, let's see how it would go. 2, 3.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So when we count, we're always adding how many every time?
1.
We're always adding 1 every time we count. So when we get to the next number, it's always going to be 1 more. Okay, there's always a pattern in numbers when we're counting. We have to just look for it, okay? Good job. Boston, do you have a question or do you notice something?
I noticed it keep adding lots of ones. It makes 100. They keep adding much ones. It keeps going forever. So it can't stop.
So guess what? Do you think a +1 pattern ever stops?
No.
No, it would just the number would just get bigger and bigger and bigger, wouldn't it? It would never stop. So a growing pattern, does a growing pattern of +1 ever stop? No. Repeating patterns never stop and +1 patterns never stop. Good. Innovate. No. Repeating means it's going to start over again. Does this one ever start over? Does it ever go back to the number 2? So instead of repeating, we call it a growing pattern. Yeah, lots of patterns in math are growing patterns or shrinking. Sometimes they get smaller, but this one's a growing pattern. Good. Dahlia.
No, like it kind of makes an L when you go this way, like an upside down L, like a 7. Like it goes this way and down.
Oh, okay.
Like the ones do that. And if we go this way down, that will like a 7.
That is a 7, isn't it?
No.
Oh, the ones. You think the ones make it look like a 7 right here?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yes, I never noticed that before. Okay. I'm going to stop our video for just a second. Well, wait. Let me see what we have here really quick on our worksheet. I need to explain this to our friends who are at home. I can't. Oh, I think we're going to do the same thing. So let me show you, boys. What do you tell Mrs. Kinnan? Yeah. What do you tell her? Jed, what do you tell her? Yeah. Okay, so on our paper, kindergarten, if you can see it, we're going to do the same thing we did yesterday. We're going to count how many blue dots are in this side, and we're going to write it in the box. Then they wrote the next one, so there's only one here, so they put a 1. And then we're going to figure out how many blue dots do we have all together. If we're adding one more, just like we did today, we added one more. So our number has to get bigger. It has to grow, doesn't it? We're going to do that on the front and on the back. It'll be pretty fast today. While you're working on your math paper, if you would use the bathroom and get drinks so you're ready for specials, okay? All right. Hope you learned a lot today.